Hey there, I'm Jackie Rae Greening, and welcome to Early Days, brought to you by Proust Chown. And wherever you get your podcasts, this is one you are going to want to watch. This is just a fun success story. Did you ever sit in your basement eating a cookie and think, I'm going to build an empire with cookies? Okay, I didn't either. We're going to get the whole story as we welcome Kathy Lesko, the CEO of Confetti Sweets here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Are you in Sherwood Park?
I'm in Sherwood Park.
Were you born and raised there, or where?
In North Edmonton. I was born and raised.
Where'd you graduate from high school?
O'Leary.
Oh, you're an O'Leary grad.
Yes.
I was the pride of Paul Kane in St. Albert.
Oh, okay.
I'm a Paul Kaner.
Okay.
So growing up at O'Leary, were you involved in the speaking club, the cooking club? What were you involved in most of all?
No, I was kind of involved in the kids that hung out at the back door and skipped class and listened to punk rock music and skateboarded. So,
punk rock and skate, and here I am, a country bumpkin from CFCW radio. Oh my goodness! So after you graduate from high school, where does little Kathy go?
I went to N.A.I.T to take business.
Okay.
And my parents were very surprised because in high school my grades were kind of not that great, and as soon as I went to N.A.I.T I was an honor student.
So what turned it around?
I think something I was interested in. Yeah.
It's all it usually takes some of the times, isn't it?
Yep.
So after you leave N.A.I.T, what do?
So after I left N.A.I.T, I decided I wanted my university degree. So I moved on to the University of Lethbridge. I moved on campus there and spent 2 years studying marketing.
So you got your business, you got your marketing, and were you working towards a certain goal? Did you have something in your mind? Like as you were growing up in the North End going to O'Leary, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a captain, I want to be an earring that just fell out of my ear.
I wanted to be in hospitality. I wanted to work in hotels and travel. That was kind of where I saw myself.
Okay. And did you end up doing that?
Well, after the University of Lethbridge, I jumped on a plane and went to Tokyo. And I taught English there, stayed there for 2 years. And when I left there, I was working in a company that was looking to open a hotel, a really fancy hotel in Japan.
Wow, what a great experience that was. Do you speak any Japanese?
No, I don't.
No. Did you understand, or was a lot of pointing and nodding?
When I was there, I definitely understood. And after a couple beers and some confidence, you get really fluent. But if you ask me today, I'd be kind of stumbling.
So what an experience. So what did you learn at the hotel and everything there?
It was just kind of. I think what I really learned there was all the things that took to open a hotel. So getting a chef, we were bringing one in from France, and the room decor and the marketing and naming the golf course. All those little things is what we were working on. Wow,
what an incredible experience. So where do you move on after that?
So then I came back to Edmonton, actually to Calgary. My parents had moved to Calgary while I was away. And
they were hoping you wouldn't find them.
Yeah, exactly. And I started applying at all the hotels. So I went to the Westin, I worked at the Delta, and after I had my first child, it was kind of
Okay, where did we meet the man in the thing? Hold it.
Oh, yeah.
You left a little, okay, we got back from Japan and then we have a kid.
Yes. So my ex-husband, he was living in Calgary as well. And we kind of reconnected. We worked at Little Caesars together when we were teenagers. And we remained friends and reconnected and eventually got married.
Okay, so you have the first child.
Yep.
And what's boy, girl?
Girl. Her name's Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin. Okay, so now you're working in the hotel industry. Hard to raise a child.
Yep. Yeah. Shift work.
Yeah, that would be difficult.
Yeah. So, but I really loved it. And by that time, I was in conference services and catering and planning weddings and doing all the really fun stuff. But we decided to move back to Edmonton because that's where our family was.
Okay. So you moved back to Edmonton, then what's happening?
Still work in hotels. I worked at the Delta Edmonton Center Suites until I had another child.
Okay.
Yes.
Boy, girl?
Second girl. Her name's Jada.
Hi, Jada. Okay. So we got the two kids now. Do you stay in the hotel industry?
No, then I went on mat leave. and started dabbling in the kitchen.
And this is where the story kind of begins, doesn't it? So you've got little ones, you're at home. All right, what is it? You're bored, you want a challenge, or?
I made my daughter's first birthday cake. And in my mind, I could bake and I could decorate because I'm pretty creative. And this cake, I made like a 2-story cake, and it was really ugly, and the icing was ugly, the piping. I learned, like, you do not have skills for this. So I went and took some cake decorating courses at Michael's, and I did really well at them.
Just for the birthday cake? This was all for the birthday cake?
If I'm going to be a super mom, I got to learn to make cakes, because I'm going to be doing this for the next, 10 years. Right?
So you're would you say you're a perfectionist?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say so too.
Yeah.
You go to all that trouble. So the cake was a big hit at the party, was it?
Well, the second year birthday was. Yes.
Yeah, right. The first year forgot failure.
Yeah.
Oh my! So now it's cakes, and what's next then on Kathy's menu
Well,
list?
I'm at home practicing cakes all the time, and I have all these extra cakes, so I'm sending them to different people. And then I wanted to add, beautiful chocolates to the cake, so I took some chocolate making at N.A.I.T. And then I decided, like, my chocolates are beautiful and delicious, and I should sell them. And what else can I make? I always make these really good cookies that I bring to people's houses. And so, ding ding, I'm going to open a booth at the farmer's market in Sherwood Park. Never even been to the farmer's market in Sherwood Park, but
I love that.
I'm going to do it.
So you go to the farmer's market, and it's obviously a hit.
Well, I went to the farmer's market, and they said, your application's denied. We have too many bakers. What else can you do? And I said, I make a really good spaghetti sauce.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just thought I'd check.
The only thing my only specialty in the kitchen. And so I was selling chocolates and spaghetti sauce at the farmer's market.
So what kind of chocolates?
Okay, so here's another funny story. So most of them were filled, like truffles, and I'd make handmade filling, and I had all these molds. And my first farmer's market, they melted, and I learned pretty fast that is not going to work.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, but I had to go the year kind of doing chocolate bark and spaghetti sauce. We ate a lot of spaghetti that year.
Oh, so how did the spaghetti sauce sell?
Not that good. Not that good. I'm not Italian. Maybe that was the thing, like.
What does this woman know
Exactly.
about making spaghetti sauce?
Exactly.
Okay, that was the year one farmer's market. Did it go better the next year?
Yeah, so that was kind of May through September. September, there was a brand new farmer's market opening. And they said, you know what, you can bring whatever you want. So I made cookies. Still spaghetti sauce, because people wanted it, but my primary focus was cookies.
Is that not a lot of work? So farmer's market, because you got to gear up, and you're trying to gauge how much you want to sell, because you don't want leftover inventory.
That is the hardest part about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm calculating the weather and last year's sales, and if there's other things going on in town. And I kind of had this like mental forecasting tool that never really worked, but I wanted it to, so I kept going with that.
And you're doing this all out of your house?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, out of my house.
So you got the 2 kids. Are they involved in any sports or anything as you're getting all this done?
Oh yeah, they're doing dance and soccer and whatnot.
But that probably gave you the flexibility to do that with them, right?
Oh, absolutely.
But you're cooking up a storm.
Yeah, and then I got pregnant again.
Oh my goodness, there's another one.
Yes, I had a son, and his name's Davis.
Hi, Davis. So we got the 3 kids now. You're doing the spaghetti sauce, cookies. That farmer's market season goes well. Then what happens?
Then I just keep going at it. Keep going at different farmers markets.
And that's how it all began, was just, then at what point did you think, oh, okay, I'm bigger than anything that's happening here? And don't you have to get licenses too for like health reasons? Like when or is there that?
There's certain farmers markets that you can work out of your house, and the health inspector inspects you at the market.
I see.
There's other
okay.
ones where they inspect you at your facility.
So it's all different.
Yeah.
But you're still, how many cookies are you putting out?
Oh, at that time, maybe 40 dozen a week, something like that. I hired the neighbors, the neighborhood kids, and they came and they scooped the cookie dough for me. I would mix it in small batches, like just in my normal KitchenAid mixer, and they would scoop it, we'd bake it, and we'd have it all ready for the market that evening.
Wow, that is something else. And then even the packaging, well, you look at the beautiful packaging you have now, but what are you packing it in?
Well, that was always my fun part. That was the part that I think that almost killed the business, because I spent so much on packaging and I spent so much time looking at pretty things. And, I'd buy a box for $3 and sell $6 worth of cookies in that box. Math didn't work out, but it looked good. Yeah, originally it was just kind of clear cellophane, and I would tie each one with a ribbon and, curl the ribbon, and yeah.
Okay, now you're selling this at farmers markets. What's the next step in there where you had to look, so if I want to expand this, I got to open a location?
Well, I actually opened a commercial bakery in my basement.
In your basement?
In my basement.
I have a bar in my basement.
Yeah.
I make no money. So right in your basement. So now you're cooking big time.
Yeah, it was probably about 700 square feet, and we had like the big commercial mixers and the ovens and cookie dough machines and like the full sink. It was full on production, and I would have girls come and work for me, and they would just come in, go down and do their work. I wasn't always there.
Are you still selling just at farmers markets
Just
now?
at farmers markets, still.
Still at farmers markets, okay.
But I'm doing like 5 a week now, and the big ones now.
Okay, so you needed to up the production.
Yes.
Okay. So you're at these 5 markets. Do you ever get out of your basement in this story?
Not really. Oh, well, yes.
Yes, you do get out of the basement.
In the basement, no, I never really got out of it. But then we had a neighbor complain that there was too many cars parked at my house, and I had the odd person picking up cookies, and called the county. The county knocked on my door and said, "What you got going on in your house here, Kathy?"
Ooh, cookies,
Yeah.
Ossifer.
Yeah, like the neighborhood smells really good. What's the problem?
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's what made the move into a physical location.
Yeah, they kind of said, scale down or get out. And for a day, I thought I'll scale down, and then I was like, no, that's not who I am. I'm gonna go out, and I found a bakery, kind of a German couple that ran a bakery in Sherwood Park, and they were looking to retire. So it was just perfect timing. I found it on Kijiji of all places.
You're kidding. So you got your location, and some where people are used to going to get baked goods.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now, are you focusing still just on cookies, or did you expand right away, or were you focused? What?
I was focused on cookies for probably 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
And I was tired of people coming into the shop and saying, "Do you only have cookies?" It's like, have you had these cookies? They're not only just cookies. You're going to love them. But anyways, we decided to expand to cupcakes, and now we do cakes and squares and scones and all kinds of good stuff.
All out of the Sherwood Park location. And then, so now, are you still at the farmers market, or now did you just focus on the location?
We still do 3 farmers markets.
Which ones do you do?
We do St. Albert, Old Strathcona, and Bountiful.
Okay.
Yeah. In our prime time, we were at 14 a week.
14 farmers markets a week.
Yep.
Wow. That's a lot of labor, too, sending people out to each of them.
Yeah, a lot of labor, a lot of organization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you think about you have your business degree, you got marketing, you had the hotel experience, and you're probably using all of those tools.
Absolutely.
In your business.
Absolutely.
If there was something as opening a business that you would go, ugh, wish I knew that, to give a tip to an entrepreneur, what would you say?
Ooh, I would say, look at your numbers. That's where I got too passionate about the product, and And I cared about sales and how much could I sell. And I didn't really look at how much am I actually making here.
Okay, yeah, because it all comes down to the numbers, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. Hard lesson.
Yeah.
And then I got divorced.
Okay.
So I really had to focus on that if I'm going to make this my livelihood, right?
Yeah. Did he just take cookies in the divorce? Or?
Oh, I wish.
Dang.
Took some cookies.
Took some. And then now I was visiting your website. If you have a chance, check out Confetti Sweets. You have a great website, by the way. Really well done. And people can order online now if they can't make it to the location in Sherwood Park, and you're at those 3 markets.
Yep.
Anywhere else that we can get these great treats?
We are in over 250 grocery stores in Alberta.
Okay.
Selling our cookie mix. We sell our cookie mix to Costco in Japan. So the Japan connection came full circle, and Costco Eastern Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
So was that part of a business plan where you said, okay, if we're going to expand and we're going to make some money to make that ledger sheet look a little more palatable, we need to be shipping this out everywhere. How do you keep the quality control?
I'm kind of involved in. We test it, right?
Yeah.
We taste it.
Well, you have a dang good cookie, yeah.
Yeah, and we kind of know what works, and we don't really stray from that.
Yeah. Well, and the mix, I don't cook, so not even I can screw that one up.
Exactly. And that came about from people saying, I don't live in Sherwood Park. Where else can I buy these cookies? So it's like, how are we going to solve this problem? Yeah. And I thought, cookie mix.
So now, as you look to the future, what do you see as the next? Is it expansion, or what do you see next for your business?
I'm really at that point where, I'm in my late 40s and the business is running smooth. It's profitable. I have a great team. I don't have to be there if I don't want to be there. I can really enjoy life. And it's kind of at that point, do I just stick with that, or do I challenge myself some more? So we're working on a lease for a second location because it's kind of like now or never. If it works out, then I can take it further. If it doesn't work out, I still have time to recover.
And can I ask where the second location would be?
St. Albert.
Oh, my hometown.
Yes.
See?
Yes.
Paul Kane's still there.
Yeah.
Oh my, that
yeah.
And it's a great lesson though for any entrepreneur to sit back and say, okay, am I reloading or what am I doing? Mm-hmm. And you've decided in your mind, now's the time to go for it and do it.
It's now or never.
Now or never. Mm-hmm. There's a song in there somewhere.
Probably, yeah.
I took a quote off your website. My passion and studies have always been business focused, and I can honestly say this is my dream job.
Yes. Yes. As soon as I could get out of the kitchen, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was more interested in the marketing side and the business side than my dream's not baking cookies all day and working in the kitchen.
And you recognize that about yourself. That's probably a great tip for any entrepreneur. Know yourself and then know what you're passionate about, because how do you keep going and going and going if you're not passionate about it?
Yeah. And I have people that work in the kitchen, and in my mind, their goal is to start working in the office and, doing that stuff. And they're like, no, I love the kitchen. I don't want to work up there with you guys. So
and it takes all people.
It takes all people.
Yeah. So the girl that was hanging outside the back doors at O'Leary, smoking a cigarette, she's come a long way.
Exactly.
I love that. And what do your 3 kids do?
My oldest is just 18, so she just graduated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then the other ones are still in school, so I think she's going into hairdressing, following her passion.
And that's probably the best way to leave this, right? Follow your passion.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Oh, and one quick thing before I go. The other thing I noticed on your website, the Confetti Collective.
Yes.
You're giving other entrepreneurs a wonderful opportunity. It came up during COVID.
Yeah.
And you've got a myriad of businesses in there.
Yeah, we've got over 75 different brands that we sell. Most of them, my friends from the farmers market.
Oh, geez, that's also a key to any business, helping others.
Yeah.
I'm going to wrap up this show by being a test cookie person. Thank you so much, and congratulations on what I think is an incredible success story. You got to be so proud of yourself.
Thank you. I am. I'm proud of what we've accomplished.
Yeah. The early days, it all has to begin somewhere, doesn't it? And,
Yep.
Thank you to Provincetown for sponsoring this show, and thank you for the cookie.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
So good.
This series is proudly produced by the team at Road 55. Road 55 creates content that connects. For more information, check our website, www.road55.ca.